Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Lourena, and I am hoping to connect and network with you all. Hi, hi, hi. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. I can't see who just joined, but I hope you are doing well. Let me know in the comments where you're joining from. I have not been on YouTube Live, or should I say, I have not streamed for a lot of months on YouTube. So, oh, looks like you can actually choose a background. No. Hi, hi. Welcome. Hi, welcome. If you're new here, I'm Lourena. I have not streamed on YouTube for some time, actually successfully for a while. So I'm pretty new to this, so be nice. Please drop your name and where you're joining from in the chat. And yeah, tell me what you are up to. Once again, if you're new here, I'm Lourena. I see some comments, but they're not in English, so I'm not sure. But yeah, if you're new here, thanks for joining. Let me know in the comments where you're joining from, and let me know how your day went. So like I said, I'm new to this. I'm pretty new to this. So hopefully, hi, Amparo. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Where are you joining from? Hi, Vivek. Um, I'm I actually live in I'm in the US right now, but I'm originally from Liberia, West Africa originally. That's where I was born, but I currently reside in the US. And where are you from, Vivek? Hi, all. If you are just joining, I'm Lourena. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is my sort of like first time officially streaming. So I just kind of like wanted to see how this streaming thing works. Of course, I'm trying to grow my channel. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers. So now, of course, I'm trying to get monetized. So wanted to make sure I was connecting with my community. So why did I move to the US? I actually came when I was younger. So I'm a former refugee from Liberia. So my country was going through a civil war at the time when my family and I were resettled here in the United States. So interesting topic for, what's currently going on. And just so you know, I'm an advocate for humanitarian and refugee issues. So it's a very great question because that is definitely, the refugee issues are near and dear to my heart. And you know, Friday is actually World Refugee Day. So hi, Kimberly. Um, so Kimberly is asking what's happening. So currently, A lot of people who have gained refugee status who are supposed to be resettled here in the US. Unfortunately, the administration currently has a refugee ban, so they aren't allowing any refugees to come into the US currently. So a lot of people are actually still, either in refugee camps or in harm's way. They can't travel. In fact, right before our elections in January, there were a couple of people who were on the plane getting ready to come to the US and be resettled. And unfortunately, they had to get off the planes and go back to the refugee camp. So imagine you maybe giving away all of the things that you had, already living in an uncomfortable situation on a refugee camp, and then having to go back because you were told that the country that you're going to does not want you. So pretty sad. Pretty sad. So the work that I do currently, I work with actually immigrants and refugees who come into the US who are internationally educated, meaning they have a bachelor's degree or equivalent, and they were professions in their home countries, but then they come into the US, then they are stuck in what we call survival jobs, basically jobs that don't match their skills. I'm talking about former doctors, lawyers, former professionals. So oftentimes when they come into the US, they find it hard to get back into their professions. So my organization, we basically help those people. We help them with, revamping their resumes, teaching them job search strategies, helping them build professional networking skills in order for them to get back into their profession. So, um, Vivek, so we only, in order to work with my organization, you would have to, of course, be here. You would have to have your work authorization for the US. So, yeah, you would have to either, already be living in the US and have work authorization. And all the people that we work with are here, legally. They have work authorizations, and that's how we help them. As far as how you can get that, like there's no one way for someone to be able to get that. Of course, it has to let's say you have a relative who sponsors you to come, or I mean, there's several other ways. Sometimes individuals play the diversity lottery and they get a visa to come. But right now, it's hard and it's not a good time because, you know, there's a crackdown on, immigration policies and all of that currently. So we're not in a very stable environment. So I wouldn't even it's hard to really answer that question right now. Yeah. My company doesn't offer sponsorships for work. There are companies who do, but like I said, right now is not the best time for that. There's you know, really no companies who are willing to do that right now with all of the things that's going on, unfortunately. Yeah. Yep. So what you're seeing in the news, it's the truth. It's what's happening. Very sad times that we're in. Somewhat scary too, to be honest. Somewhat scary. But yeah. Hello. If you're new here, let me know where you're joining from. How are you? How's your day going? What time is it in your area? It's currently 6:40 p.m. Here in the US. I'm on the East Coast, so yeah. What I have for lunch today? I actually, surprisingly, I didn't even eat lunch today. I'm actually getting ready to go have dinner, but I just wanted to jump on here quickly and see who I could connect with. What did you have for lunch, Vivek? What did you have for lunch today? Yep. And I'm off work tomorrow, and I'm excited to be off work. I get to take a break, a much needed break. Chicken rice. Ooh, sounds yummy. I'm about to go have some rice too for dinner. Yes. So do you, what kind of, what are, is that glass, is power glass? What do you mean power glass? Are you referring to my frames, my glasses? These are not prescription glasses. I just wear it for fashion. In case that's your question. I thought they were cool, so that's why I'm wearing them. So what do you do on your channel? Do you have a YouTube channel, or do you just come on YouTube and watch? Do you have your own channel? So what do you do on your channel? What kind of content do you create? Vivek? A lot of my content revolves around just, a daily regular lifestyle. My kids and I have two kids, and they like to do funny things, make make me laugh. So I like to share what they do so other people can see it because it's so funny, and I don't want to. I like to just show it. But yeah, so I do lifestyle. My content revolves around being a millennial mom, wife, and professional. So yeah, I do some long form content, but editing takes a lot of work and time. So, matter of fact, I have a video that I need to edit right now that I haven't been able to edit. So, I've just been posting a lot of shorts. Oh, okay. So so you do reviews on what you use? That's cool. Hi, hi, hi. If you're new here, how are you? Cost of is very expensive. Living in the US is very expensive. A lot of our bills we pay on a monthly basis. So you can only imagine, like, depends on where you live, housing, or if you own your house or you own apartments. If you own your house, you have to pay monthly mortgage. If you live in an apartment, you have to pay monthly rent. So the prices for food and everything has gone up recently. So in a month's time, because like I said, I have we're a family of four. So um I would say anywhere from, okay, one grocery trip can cost up to $150 US dollars. Just one grocery trip. So imagine having to, and that's not like food for the whole month. That's probably food for like maybe 2 weeks. And then being that I'm African, so I go to both the African grocery store and also the American grocery store. So the African groceries are very expensive as well because of course it's being shipped from overseas, and then the US grocery store. So it's living in two worlds. So food is very expensive for us here. Yeah. Yep. So you say you're from India. I like Indian food. I like samosas. I like I think it's like the orange curry and chicken with white rice. Um I think those are like the two main things that I know. Yeah. Do you know anybody from Liberia? So I'm seeing there's two people here. Other person, please announce yourself. Where are you joining from? Where are you joining from? I'm gonna be heading off of this pretty soon. I'm about to go eat dinner. But anyways, Vivek, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for joining. It was nice to meet you. Um, and for those who's joining, I'm about to hop off. But please like and follow my page so we can connect. My content revolves around being a millennial mom, wife, and professional. So I talk about all things um around those categories. And I also like fashion, so I post a lot of fashion content as well. So, but yeah, nice to meet you. Bye.